Hello, welcome to the Sits is Smut podcast, where the taboo is the topic and the tea is hot.
I am Maddie.
I am Jordan, and today we're going to be talking about Up the Ladder by Anna Darcy. I hope I'm saying her name right.
Darcy. I know. I want to
Darcy?
say Darcy
Yeah.
because as a literary girl, but I'm sure it's like D'Arcy or D'Arcy.
Yeah, the C or Y is like silent or something like that. But sorry, Anna, we're not trying to butcher your last name, girl, but your book's good.
Your book is really
It
good.
is very good. What it says on the front here, which I don't know if you can see it, but it says she wants to climb. He has the steps,
Oh
which
yeah, he does.
he for sure does. It is
He
it is
for
a
sure does.
very good book. It's book one of the Brooklyn When in Brooklyn book one.
Yes.
I
I don't think
haven't
any of the other ones are out yet. Just
really.
this one. This
Oh,
was her. I
really?
think this was her first book.
Oh, she did a really good job.
She did a really good job.
Good, go
It's either her
her.
first or like it's one of few. Like she has not written very many books yet.
Well,
Um,
shout out to Anna Darcy.
For real, this book is so good.
And she's a thick one. She's a thick book. She's this
Hmm.
trying to
It's a hefty girl.
she hefty. And it's a good story. And
It's a good time.
this particular book also has like illustrations, like when there's like texting
Hmm.
and there's
I love that.
and the
You showed
Brook.
me the Brooklyn Bridge, which was
Yeah,
super cool in there.
and
I
I'm
love
trying
when
to
books have
see.
artwork in them.
Come on, camera,
Put it
work
in front
with
of your
me.
face.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, I
And
love
then
that because I think it just adds a little something.
yeah, it doesn't. I don't know if there's anything. Yeah. So every chapter, it's the Brooklyn Bridge, like a different version of it. But it's really
That's
good.
awesome.
I love how they did it. I love the format. I love it. It's very, very good. Now to dive into the actual
Oh
book.
yeah.
Do you want to? You go first.
Yes. The first thing I want to talk about is whether you liked her from the beginning or not.
From the get go, I was kind of like, okay, that I kind of already figured out her what's going on here. She's high strung, high strung corporate girly who is so focused on her career she doesn't know what she wants in bed really. Um, and
Has never
so
never explored it.
never explored it, and I kind of it made me a little sad for her, but she was also irritating at the same time in that first few
The
chapters because I
first
was
few
like,
chapters, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like her
same. I was
because
like, I
she
don't
just,
know.
I mean, and she comes off as like a bad bitch boss girl, which I do love, but it was like her entire personality at the beginning.
Yeah, and
And so, yeah,
to be fair, when you're at work, you have a different persona. It's a different
true.
hat, if you will. So I thought maybe it's like maybe this is just her hat. But as it continued, I was like, maybe it's not just her hat. So I hear you on
Yeah.
that.
I think it was just something where she had gotten comfortable in that relationship with her ex-boyfriend, and they, weren't really exploring or experimenting with anything at all. And so she just got really hung up on work. Like there was no real goals with that relationship with her ex. And so it was like all she really had was
Was
work.
trying
But
to,
then,
well, before we do the but then we have to let's talk about Eddie because that's the ex's
ugh,
name.
Eddie, Eddie,
Eddie's an asshole.
Eddie is an absolute asshole.
It was so all right. You already kind of broke a taboo dating the same place where you work. Granted, they're in
Yes,
different departments, but I was already like, ooh, problem number one.
not the
Um,
best choice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And judging from his attitude, they didn't communicate very well. And he kind of called her out on her over her workaholic tendencies. But it doesn't seem like
Yeah.
he really made the effort to change much of it
No.
either. He's kind of a workaholic himself.
You kind of reminded me of like a bro,
Yeah,
like
frat,
just a bro
almost
guy,
a
frat boy,
bro, frat boy.
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the vibe he was giving me too. And I wanted to kick him in his balls
So did I.
when he was
I
like,
really did.
"You're not good in bed. You're like you're cold. You're not good in bed." And I'm like, "Mother heifer, she ain't that good in
Right?
bed. You were with her for 5 years. There had to been
It's your
something."
fault.
Yeah, like why
Teach
didn't
her something.
yeah, or ask her to try stuff, or better yet, take her out somewhere, just surprise her. You didn't
Right?
do any of these things.
Nothing.
You didn't.
I think
There was
that's so common.
it's not just a her thing; it's a him thing too. And there was
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
it's not
It's
a
a
one way street.
50-50.
It's a two-way street. Like there, you
Yeah,
gotta
and
be
I
there.
think too, like one of my biggest things that I'll say are like a mantra is I can't fix what I don't know is wrong. So like if you're not giving them feedback and you're not telling somebody that they're not providing what you need,
How are
that's
they?
on you.
Yeah, how are they supposed to fix it? Grant,
Exactly.
Granted, he said they did try to talk a few times, but it was never about sex. It was just about the relationship.
Yeah.
But that seemed to be the main point for him was the
It,
sex.
it was sex. Yeah.
And so,
Ugh,
ugh.
I hated Eddie.
So I felt bad for her, and I kind of, I also felt for her when she just didn't know what to say or how to react because it all just hit her at once, and she was kind of
Yeah.
numb to it. And I felt so bad because I'm like, I get that because when you deal with stuff, you go through things or someone says something to you, and you're just kind of like trying to process. You just kind of keep going. As women, we kind of do that anyway. We kind of just keep going through the motions
Yeah.
until we can get a moment to like, what just happened?
Yeah. I
Wow.
totally agree with that because life goes on and you still have to move forward. You still have work. You still have a job, even
Mm-hmm.
bills to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally get that. Um, I hated how it was just pretty much about the sex for Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
especially when, like you were saying, they hadn't really talked about anybody being unsatisfied. And I think too, for Genevieve, she had no real past experience to compare that to. So this is normal for
Mm-hmm.
her, and this is what she's accepted. Um, and I have to say, I hate the online quiz where it's like,
Oh.
how boring are you? I felt like the paragraph when she got like a one um was really mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're the worst person ever. I was like, that's a little heavy-handed, but I
To
think it
to
got the message across.
It did, but to explain what she's talking about, she of course gets upset, gets a hold of her friend Hannah. Hannah's like, "I got you, girl." Uh,
What a
brings,
wing girl.
love her. Brought some wine. They talk it out, and Hannah's trying to like pump her up. So they look up, sex quizzes, kind of like a what is that one?
BuzzFeed
BuzzFeed.
or like
Yeah,
a Cosmo
yeah,
thing.
something
Exactly.
trying to boost her up. It didn't do that.
No, it didn't.
no, because
I
she's
think
like,
there was things on there where she was like, I don't even know what this is.
and I think even Hannah was like, I don't even know what this is. So there was, I don't know what kind of quizzes they were taking. They didn't really talk about the questions, but basically, yeah.
But if they
So
wanted to send me a link,
same.
I'd take it.
Being kind of helpful. So, so yeah. So they took the quiz, discovered, she felt really like, well, maybe he was right, and that's a
Yeah,
shitty way to feel when they're like
it
telling
is,
you something
especially when
that's
you have
just
a
such
bad
a,
breakup.
yeah, really. And she's like, the thing is with me, with her, she didn't fully acknowledge that it was a breakup. Like she still thought that there
Yeah,
was something going to come back from that because they had this on
yeah,
and off
that
thing
they had
for
a
so long.
chance or something.
And
And
I'm
why
like,
would you want somebody like that back? But, at
mm-mm,
that time,
no.
she
But
couldn't
it
do
was,
that. But
she's still processing, and she's also very drunk because they have drank quite a bit of wine.
oh, yeah,
And so then they, at the same time, I think it was either the same time or the next day. No, it had to be the same time. I'm trying to remember the first part of the book.
yeah, it
That
was
they,
the same time because she took the photo without her face in it because they were drunk.
yeah, she, she did. There was that, and she took her a photo, several photos, and they
Yeah.
did the grind. Was it Grinder? I forget which app it was.
No, one of the apps.
One of the many dating apps
Yeah.
that's out there that we don't know anything about because we're married.
Tinder, I think.
Tinder. All right, we'll go with that one.
Yeah.
One of those dating apps, and she created a profile, and she matched basically, and
Well, it was like the thing where she made a list of everything that she wanted to experiment with because she was like, like, hell is somebody going to tell me I'm boring in bed again,
mm-hmm,
which girl power, love that.
mm-hmm,
Um, but the big one that she wanted to start with, going with the name of the book, was the Jacob's Ladder.
mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what that is, Google it, but maybe in an incognito mode.
And maybe not at work. Not safe for work for
Definitely not
sure.
at work.
Not a safe for
Definitely
work
not
Google
around, not
search.
around children, not around your
Mhm.
parents.
Don't do this out in public.
Don't do this out in
Mm-mm.
public.
Not
Can you
safe for
imagine?
not safe for
Like
work
sitting on
or
an airplane.
public.
God, if
What
somebody
is a
pulls that up.
Jacob's ladder? To be fair though, if you the first thing you think of is the movie, I don't necessarily think of like a sexual reference.
No, I
Uh
wouldn't either.
so most people are like Jacob's ladder isn't that a movie? I'm like, it is, but There's also
But
other things
boy,
related
is
to it.
it
Uh-huh.
also one heck of a good time, apparently.
Yeah. So basically, we'll just do kind of a PG 17 version.
Yeah.
That it's piercings on the
On the,
men's genitalia. And I
but
believe it's
it
like
is like a ladder, like Rock. I think he has six.
six or seven, yeah. And
Good for him.
mm-hmm.
But they're
Ouch,
spaced
I just
out, and it's
yeah.
supposed to look like a ladder,
And it's supposed to
right?
be very good during
For the woman.
intercourse for the woman.
Yes.
So that was kind of the point of it.
This
Mm-hmm.
is one of those books that I read that, and you read all their like spicy scenes, and I just wanted to go up to my husband and be like, so hear me out. How would you feel about getting some piercings?
And your nether regions. Just for experiences later. What do you think
Right.
about that?
I read it in a book and now I need to know if it really is as good as the book says it is.
Yeah. There's been a few times where I'm like, my husband won't go for it, but it's just like,
I know
maybe.
mine won't. He's a chicken, but
But
I mean,
maybe we can find a toy
I
that
know,
has, has some,
right?
has the, but we'll
Just
see.
to try that.
But
But anyway, I love that she and her best friend come up with this list
mhm.
and like I think two ways to get her out of her comfort zone completely.
And do a
But that's the
rebound.
one that, yeah, absolute rebound. And this was the first one that she wanted to start with, which I mean, go big or go home.
Hmm.
And our girl went big.
She went
And
big.
so they put that on the dating app and they were like only interested in men that have this.
Hmm.
And then a friend of someone reached out to her and was like, I don't, but I have a friend who does. Can I
Hmm.
give him your number?
She's like, sure. Cause I think either she's still drunk or she was, I forget which phase they were in. Cause they did a lot in the drunken phase. It wasn't until the next day that
Yes.
there was regrets, but there was a lot going on in that drunken phase.
I think it was the next day because he didn't respond like right away.
Oh,
But
wait.
she says, yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Because he came over. Turns out he knows them or he knows Hannah or something like that too. Right. They know each other somehow.
somehow, I think maybe.
And so he
But then
took,
they meet up at the bar.
and he took pictures of her to send to his friend.
Yes, that's right. Because he showed her the friend and he was like, okay, yeah, I'm interested. And so they meet up at a hotel bar and she comes in like super professional,
Mhm.
which did kind of make me laugh because she's waiting for him and he shows up in his motorcycle gear, which, hello. Um, be cool with that.
Mm-hmm. And she was kind of, her cold professional self though, and very
Yes.
sir, Mr. and all that. And he's like, you can stop that right now. And I was here
Yeah.
for it. I was here for him. His name is
He's
Jake,
not
by the
putting up
way.
with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His name is
Which,
Jake.
yes, it's funny. Jacob's Ladder
And
and
then
Jake.
Jake's ladder.
And he's Australian.
Which was like a big
Ugh.
plus for me. Oh, but I think they're British anyway. Like the way they talk, I think it's more than I think they're British, right?
I don't know, because it takes place in Brooklyn.
That's true. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up because yeah, I'm getting it mixed up. So
We read a lot of books.
that's fair. I was like, wait, were they? No,
No,
different book
but
maybe.
I love that he didn't put up with that shit from her. He was like, no, I'm here for a good time. And if you want to have a good time, I will absolutely show you a good time. But like, don't be condescending to me.
Mm-hmm. And don't call
He
me
was like a
sir.
Oh, he was such a like he came in and he dominated that situation from the beginning. And I think that's what threw her off
Mm-hmm.
because Eddie was so not like that. And she's used to being this boss bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes Jake dominating that first conversation.
And it turned around like she was flustered as all f.
Oh
Like
yeah.
she was like, whew. And I yeah. And they go through the
Yeah.
list and they talk about that and how I think she shares it with them. They don't look at the list just yet, but basically there is attraction. There's definitely chemistry, even if he does throw her off a little bit, and she's willing to meet him next time. And he's kind
Yeah.
of already smitten. Like he's not even fully aware of it, but you kind of can
No.
tell just
Yes.
from the way
You can tell.
he's like,
Okay.
because she's a redhead. He loves redheads, and he's like talking about her freckles and stuff. And I'm like,
I know I
oh,
love that.
I was like, oh, he got a
He
bad. He got a bad
he
already.
likes her.
Hmm.
Oh. I love too that this was a little bit not necessarily like a major slow burn, but I love that there was this expectation that they were just meeting up to hook up,
Mm-hmm.
and it does not go that way. And it takes them a decent amount of time to get to that point. And it's because of her. I think it's her stubbornness and scaredness that she like sees this really confident man and she doesn't really know how to handle it. And so she'd rather shut it down than embrace it right at first.
Well, I think that's
That's how I
also
took
part
it.
of, yeah, and also that's also part of the like the overall like stories because she is actually inexperienced and he's
Yes.
teaching her. So they don't do intercourse for a while. Like it's a lot of
Yeah.
teaching her different ways,
It's a
teaching
lot
her
of
a
buildup.
lot of buildup. It's a lot of good
Dirty
buildup.
talk.
A lot of good buildup.
His mouth.
His hands, his tattoos,
Wow. Oh,
the tattoos, the way he's like talking
he
to
really is
her.
the whole package.
I was like, but he's also patient with her,
He's
and
super patient and he
and
gets it.
he
And he's
actually gets,
mad that Eddie would tell her that.
yeah, and he's mad that she doesn't know because he was like, you were with this dude for 5 years and he didn't
He never did any of this.
like
He was
because
like,
she's
okay, what a loser. And she
yeah
didn't know,
because she didn't know, she had no idea she was missing out on so much. I'm like, thanks Eddie, thanks for hitting that door on the way out because you weren't
right?
nothing.
He can bounce. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I love how patient he was with her. He really took his time. Like when she goes to the dive bar on
Mm-hmm.
that blind date with like the really young guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he shows up and she doesn't realize it's his bar. And so
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "Oh, he's stalking me." And their banter is so good. And the little kid, like not little kid, I mean, he was obviously of age, just very immature.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he just bounced away. He's like, yeah, this is a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna see myself out. And I loved that because he was
Mm-hmm.
jealous from the beginning and came
Mm-hmm.
up to talk to them while he knew she was on a date. And I love Mia. I love
Mm-hmm.
Mia, jealous main male character.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love their whole dynamic, the way that the banter. She's,
It's a really, really good chemistry.
yeah, it because you can actually feel it from the pages.
Yes,
That's why I was like, this girl, this was her first book. What? Like this girl
I
can write.
know. I
I
kind of had a
felt it.
went into like a book hole when I finished this for a little bit. I was like really sad that it was over.
Same because it's like, man, that's a really good book. It's you read we read a lot of books,
A
and so
lot.
I'm not saying that all books are um as well written. They're like the actual concept is more is better than the actual story itself, like the writing. But
Yeah.
this because it's also contemporary romance, so it's like real life. You could see it
Yeah.
happening. You could see it in your head. You can feel the chemistry from the pages.
Yeah.
And if a book does that for me, I'm like sold. I will
Right.
buy. I want her.
Agreed.
I want to go to her book signings. I want her next book. When is the next one out? Like I'm ready. So I was
I know
actually
I keep checking to see when her next one's out, but I totally agree. This is one of those books that I finished it in 2 days, but only because I had to get up like really early for a work meeting. And I
mm,
wish I had started it earlier because this is one of those books that you could read in a day because you cannot put it down.
this is also one you cannot judge by the cover because if you look at the cover, you're not thinking that kind of
Yeah.
like intensity because this is actually really intense.
It's very intense. It
Uh,
touches on a lot of like very deep emotional
topics
traumas and topics. Yeah.
and more so than you think because you're like, oh, it's a romance, sexy smut book. Yes, it does talk about that a lot.
Yes.
Yes, but
But there's a lot of family drama
there's a
that
lot of
goes on.
backstory. It explains why she's the way she is, and I really just wanted to punch her mom in the face. Oh my god, there
Oh my
was
God. I wanted to punch her and her dad in the face. Like
I wanted to
I
punch her dad in the crotch
hated
and her mom in the face and purposely
that's
mess up her
fair.
teeth and her hair. Like
That's fair.
she's like, I gotta look perfect. She's just
Ugh.
so hateful, just a hateful person.
Yes. And
This is
you can
go ahead.
tell how it made her the way that she is. So like at the beginning where I was like, I don't know about this girl. Once you start to hear the background or her background story,
Mhm.
oh, that changed so much. And I was like so rooting for her.
I yeah, it also touched some points with me too because as you grow up in a small town and there's all these churches and that they want you to be a certain
Yes.
way as we talked before, but that's kind of the vibe she's giving, is like it has to be this way or the highway. You can't do it this way. These people are wealthy. They have money.
Extremely wealthy.
It's generational wealth. It's not like it's like
Mm-mm.
a sudden and like overnight thing. But
No, this
so
is what generational wealth is. And I love that she wouldn't take advantage of that. That she was like, I want to build myself up on my own name. Like I
mhm.
want to put the work in. I don't want to take handouts. And that
Sh-
really pissed her parents off, but
she paid back, and she even paid back her tuition because they paid for it, and she knew that they would use it against her, especially her mom. So she paid it back.
yes,
So she paid it, and I was like, "You go, girl."
right?
So that
You
was a
go, girl.
I was like, yes. The thing is though, the way that the mom is in the generational wealth and all that, she very much had kids to have the family line. There was no love there.
Yeah, there was. It
It,
was like the aesthetic choice. It's like why you buy one of those tiny dogs so that it looks good in a purse.
mhm.
Like it was the cool thing to have kids. They never should have had children.
They really shouldn't. They never should have kids. So she's actually has is a twin.
Yeah,
Um, and
there's
uh,
a really tragic
yeah,
backstory there.
I don't want to give too much away because I really want people to buy her book more and read
So
it.
do I. This is such a good book.
It's a
That's
really
why
good
this was
story.
one I put up there on the list because I was like, this book is too good to
And
not
I've
talk
never
about.
heard of it until you talked to me about it, and then I read
Yeah,
it. And I
it
was
came
like,
up on like a recommendation on Kindle for
mm-hmm,
me. And I read the synopsis and I was like, okay.
mm-hmm,
But man, it goes so much deeper than what
mm-hmm.
you read on the back cover. Like, I, just trust us, pick it up and read it. It's so good.
It's really, really good, and it does touch on different topics. So I will say this, it does touch on death, drunk
Yeah.
driving, and
Religious trauma,
religious trauma,
parental trauma.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
um,
And I think too,
gaslighting
gaslighting and
is
like
huge in
emotional
here.
abuse.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if any of those like sound something that are like, ooh, I don't know about that, then don't read this book because it does dive into it. It is a really good
it
story,
does.
and it flows well. It makes sense. It's not like thrown in your face all the trauma.
Yeah.
It's well written out.
It's well written, and I think there's so many different plot roads
Mm-hmm.
that all merge at the end, obviously. But especially for like one of her first books to have that many different plot pieces moving together
Mm-hmm.
is super impressive. Because a lot of times, like when you get a newer author, you have just the plot and it's the one plot and it goes through. And she does so much of a buildup of all these different topics throughout this book. And I think that's one of the things that made it just like an absolute must read for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. Because then the other thing also is when they're going through the list and they're marking things off and they're getting closer, and obviously things start to become more of a thing because
Yeah.
it's becoming more than just chemistry, the banter. They're actually really starting to like each other as
Well,
people.
and she wasn't going to do these things with the same person to
Mm-hmm.
begin with. It was supposed to be one person for each item on the list. But then she met Jake and
That
he was like, I'll just go through this list with you as a friend.
mm-hmm. and it worked. And it's probably better it went that way anyways, because can you imagine having
Yeah.
to go through, because I think it's like 50 items. They narrowed it
Yeah, it's
down.
50. They did narrow it down because there was things that like
Yeah,
neither
no.
they weren't comfortable with or like
Mm-hmm.
weren't realistic.
Yeah. But either way, it's still a lot. That would be too many partners, and there's the
Yeah.
chances of things happening are too high.
Yeah.
But um, no, but they go through the list and they develop such a wonderful, cute bond, and the communication is really good. They do have some
Yes.
miscommunication, as most
Yeah.
couples do, but the actual build up to that point, I thought was really refreshing. It was kind of nice.
So did I. I really did too. And I love that, typically you get that third act angst and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Um, the angst in this book is so realistic and I think so well written. A lot of times, like you get to that point, and if the characters break up, you're like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, this is a stupid reason.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, I didn't really feel that way. Like, I felt like that was a very valid reason for both of them that it went, a little rocky
Mm-hmm.
there. Um,
They didn't break up.
they didn't break up, but they had things that they needed to work through, and it did get a little rocky.
It did. And I think during that moment, it kind of irked me on her end because she really didn't, because that's how bad the gaslighting was, I suppose. She really didn't
Yeah,
like she didn't understand like how bad it was on her side. Does that make
until he
sense?
pointed it out. Yeah.
Well,
And
even then, even when he pointed it out, she still didn't get it because remember in the book, I
no, it
remember,
took some time.
yeah, it took her talking to her mom again, but in that moment, she's like, well, let's just blow off some steam. We'll talk tomorrow. And she's
Hmm.
expecting him to text her and he doesn't. So she doesn't understand or see just how bad it is. And
Yeah.
that made me feel bad at the same time because it's like she has no idea because she doesn't.
Well, and the parental relationship is something that I can kind of relate to in different aspects. Um, and it's one of those things that when you grow up with it, that's the only like role model that you have. So that's what a normal relationship looks like. And it does take somebody coming in from the outside and telling you, this is really toxic. This is not how this relationship is supposed to be, for you to understand a lot of times that, oh, I'm not being treated right.
Mm-hmm.
And he was absolutely that voice for her. And he stood up for her. God, that was like one of my favorite scenes. Like, that is one of those scenes when he stood up for her. She should have followed him out and been like, drop your pants. Let's go.
Yeah, I was really hoping she'd follow him out, but she didn't. I was I was irritated at her too, but
I
I
was so
also
irritated at
but
that.
but I also knew
But
that
I also get it.
she didn't
She
see it.
wasn't ready. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
she wasn't ready. And she really hadn't defied her parents very much. Like, she had done little things
Mm-hmm.
like paying back college tuition, not working for them. But to walk out and go after him would have been a massive, massive deal for their relationship. And she was just not at a point yet where she felt comfortable enough to walk away from them.
There was that, and to kind of give a some insight. I don't want to give too much away because again, this is a really good story. I would like for someone else to just purchase and read it. But basically, because of how stuck up her parents are, I would say it was more the mom than the dad in this
I
case.
agree.
So the mom's major problems.
Yeah,
She's that
she's
I
very toxic.
she's extremely toxic. Uh, puts down her daughter, says all these terrible
Yeah,
stuff in front of him while they're at like a little family get together,
yeah.
and he's
This
just
is
like
him
appalled.
meeting them for
Yeah,
the first time.
this is what he's seeing of how they talk, like how her own mother is talking to her and putting her down. And then the other thing also is like because he has tattoos, of course
Yeah.
they don't, they're just surface
Like,
level
oh, he's
people.
trashy.
They don't know that he has his own birth. I think he talks about his own business and stuff, but they don't care. They're
Yeah, he
just like,
does.
what?
No, they see
They're
the
like,
tattoos. It's
then
all
they're like,
face,
this
surface
heathen, you
level.
can't be, this is just a rebellious stage. And I'm like, girl, she's in her mid-20s, almost 30. Like, what you
Like,
tell
yeah,
her?
right. The
Rebellious stage,
rebellious
what?
stage is done.
Yeah, like
This
all
is
this
where
stuff.
you solidify.
Hmm. So I
But
totally was like, yes, applause. Tell him, Jake. Tell that bitch that.
for
Oh,
real,
I hated the
for
mom.
real. And I hated the mom. No, I have to say, kind of going away from the parents, Jake's friends. I hope that they're in the next few books because I loved them. They were such good friends. Their banter was great.
Hmm.
I just loved them.
I'm hoping that's the case. That's kind of the vibe I was getting that they're the next step. That's the
Same.
direction. I
Yeah.
even thought briefly that maybe Hannah might be getting with one of them because
I know.
they're,
I'm kind of interested to see because I could see that.
but at the same time, like she's actually in a good relationship with her husband.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's anything bad there. But I do worry that something happens, like maybe he dies.
Yeah. If he
And
dies or something, that would
and
be sad.
it would be really because they have a son and that'd be really sad.
Yeah.
So I hope, I kind of hope they don't, they just leave Hannah alone, let her have her happiness, picks, there's other women out there.
Yeah.
um Ooh, maybe the receptionist, her receptionist,
Ooh, yes.
that'd be a cool twist.
Yes, that would be a
that,
good twist. Her
that would.
assistant,
Hmm.
who she brought with her when she quit. What
Hmm.
a great relationship those two had.
Hmm.
Her and her assistant. That was great.
I loved the ending. Everything kind of fell into place.
Mm.
Like she was like, F all of you, I'm doing my own thing. um the corporate stuff, I was like, I see this. I feel this because she's busting her
Yes.
bat, but she's being the boss bitch, still not being recognized.
Right.
It's just, I
Hmm.
felt that to my core. So when she was going off on him, I was like,
Yes. Amen. I've been in situations like that where a previous job at a previous company, um, I had a client make comments about how he couldn't believe this company was hiring women and how I should have been on somebody's lap with a coffee and a calculator.
oh
So
my
that,
gosh,
right, that attitude is very much still out there. So
it is.
it was very relevant in this book, and to watch her just give, be like, screw you guys. I was all about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she's starting her own thing. And now she has this great dude and their relationship. I love the nickname for the little wombat. It's so cute. I love
It's
it.
so cute. I love how their relationship really blossoms very well with the writing. Like
Mm-hmm.
it starts off like, I think
Mm-hmm.
she brings her family's prejudice into the beginning of that relationship. And then you just watch it and it builds and it's so good. It's like watching a good friend find
Mm-hmm.
love and you're just like, come on, guys, keep
Yay.
going.
Keep going. Go further. And
Yes.
I do agree with that because she is the icy boss bitch. Like that is very much what she is. And
Yeah.
she's prim and proper because that's what she knows. That's like her shield. And it's a bit much sometimes. It's a little frustrating with
Yeah.
her. I
You have to
was
be a little
yeah.
bit of both.
Mm-hmm. Uh she was a bit more cold though.
Yeah, she was.
And she was still kind of prejudiced because again, her parents, mom mainly, just like brainwashed the hell out of her and gaslit her to the point where she's just like prim
Yeah.
and proper in some of the weirdest settings. Like she's overly proper sometimes. It's like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Chill out. Take a breather.
Well,
Breathe.
and when you have somebody that just criticizes you like that all the time, I can
Mm-hmm.
understand becoming cold because
Mm-hmm.
basically your value is tied to your achievements or what
Mm-hmm.
you provide. And
Mm-hmm.
so she took that to heart and was a cold boss bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And she was still a boss bitch at the end. She just
She
warmed up a
was.
little bit.
She warmed up a
You have to have
lot.
a good mix. Yeah, she did warm up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy like Jake will do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I wish these
So
guys were
good.
real. So good. Oh, it
Oh, I
was
know.
such a good stuff.
He's one of my favorite, I think, book boyfriends. I just love him. He's so patient.
Mm-hmm.
He's so open to just like letting her explore and oh, I love him.
Would you be a sacrifice for him?
Oh, hell yes.
Mm-hmm. 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 Same.
Yeah,
Sacrifice. For those
definitely.
for those who don't know, we have a little extra content for sacrifice that we call "Who would you be a sacrifice for?" And it's basically we pick a guy from our book boyfriends. Who would we offer ourselves up to? And Jake
Yep.
would definitely
Because
be.
girl, you a snack.
Mm-hmm.
He would be he would be one. He would be in I think of the towards the upper part of that list for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd be a snack for him. I'd be a snack for him any day of the week. Yeah,
Amen.
that
And
and
twice on Sundays.
twice on Sundays, maybe three
Hmm.
times on Fridays. I mean, he has his own business, and so does she. They can work a schedule around
Is
it.
this where we bring in some mean girls and say the limit does not exist?
There's no limit.
There's
No, it
not with
was
Jake.
man,
It's
and
so good.
it's
People should just go out and get it.
the accent
The
too with
accent.
it because
Ugh,
you can hear it in your head, and he's like mate, and so you're hearing that in your head, and you're like, just add a little
I
extra
know.
to it. Oh, I'm here.
Absolutely.
I'm here for it. Yes. So Anna Darcy up the ladder. She wants to climb, and he has the steps, and
He
boy, does he have those steps.
he does.
I we both recommend this book.
Highly.
I give this 5 stars.
I would
What?
absolutely give this 5 stars. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely
More
5.
the plot, well written, really likable characters. Uh,
Very relatable characters. My
yeah.
I would say is like a 3.5, maybe 4.
I don't know because of the intensity of their building of the relationship, it's really steamy. Like
It does.
not
That's why I'm
unhinged, but steamy.
it's yeah, exactly. So
The unhinged factor
there is a
is
lot
just
of steam.
A lot of
I
steamy.
guess that's I you know what? I think that's what I should do. Maybe we have a scale for steaminess and then unhingedness.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
steaminess, I'd probably give this a 5 if we're not talking about any unhinged stuff.
Yeah. Just straight up steamy, 5. Easy. It's a
5.
very, because this is the
And he is a
scenes.
dirty talker.
Yeah.
They are
They're
descriptive.
so very descriptive and just, and it's steamy. You're gonna need
He's got
water,
a dirty
ladies.
mouth.
Drink that water when you read this book.
Get
Drink
a
the water.
fan, get your church fans out.
Yeah, like you're gonna need something because it's very steamy.
Hmm.
Unhinged, I would say it's not really unhinged. A lot of it's very much
No,
like the normal stuff. She's never tried
I
it.
think maybe I would put it up like towards like a 2 just because I think there are some more things that some people wouldn't be as interested in on that
Oh,
list.
that's true.
It gets a little kinky.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. It just came back to me. Yeah, I would say that too because I mean, not everyone's gonna go for a dude that has piercings down there. So there's that. That's one aspect, and then the other
Yeah,
aspect is some of the items on her list. Not everyone would go for either.
yeah, it's
So
true.
yeah, I
So
would
all in all, five
five
stars
five
for
stars.
sure. I
Yes.
can't wait to read her other stuff. Like, I think she's going to be an author to watch.
She's definitely going to be up there in the bestsellers once
Yeah,
she
I
gets
think
more
so.
books out there, and hopefully we'll get she maybe she'll hear our podcast and send us the second book. That would be
We'll just
awesome.
tag her. We'll tag her in it.
Yep. But all right, thank you guys for listening to us.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.